a particular, when we have to be designed, when we doing writing a research paper or to doing any thesis or to guiding the thesis. So generally this is the basic architecture which applicable to all type of research. First of all, define the research area or exactly extract the research problem. And then related to this research problem or the area, you have to be read out their conceptual theories and their mathematics and the research paper related to that a particular topic. And then after getting the research gap, you have to be find out, then you can formulate or the problem, and then after design the module. After formulation of the problem, then design the module. After model, when the model has been designed, so to process to execute our model, so we need the data. So the lots of data will be available online, but it can be suitable or fitted for our for our model. If it is fitted and suitable, then we process directly. If it is not, then we need to be process the data. That to process the data, it is called a data extraction or it is called a pre-processing. And now then after pre-processing, the data has been come into a particular format which will be given in the form of input. Then we analyze and then it should be used for the interpretation. And then finally, we display our results. So this is the general architecture of the any literature survey for data extraction. It is an extensively survey of all available past studies relevant to the field of investigation. It gives us the knowledge about what others have found in the related field to study and how they have to be done so far. Now, the purpose of the survey to gain a background knowledge of the research topic, to identify the concept relating to it, potential relationship between them, and to formulate the researchable hypothesis. It means to formulate your problem. For example, when we talk about the face recognition, in a face recognition, lots of research work is going on. But in last 10 years, we have to find out that the person can recognize by the front face, not by the tilted. So some researchers can work on the tilted faces can match with the front face. And after that, we have to analyze that this is not an efficient for the today's scenario. We need more. If some person can cover their face with the scarf or mask, so at that time your model or the system or your algorithm fail. So how do we overcome this thing? So one more thing is to be done and amend, is that to use the thermal imaging in the field of face recognition, which can be in our devices or the surveillance camera. So it can extract, the thermal camera can scan your heat, part of the heat body, heat posture or heat patches from your body or from your face. Then according to the structure of the heat patches, so you have to be analyze the person or to map them with the person features. So this is one of the examples. And identify the appropriate methodology, research design method for measuring concept and techniques for analysis. To identify appropriate methodology, research and design means what? As per the requirement is that, जैसे मैंने आपको अभी बताया कि simply when the face is occluded by the mask, what will be their solution? Their next solution is that to use the thermal camera. And then thermal camera, there are lots of problem is there. The features is not properly visible just as a visible image. So we have to be design some geometrical method. The solution is that to design a geometrical method which covers your eyes, nose and lips, which must be equivalent or to detect the edge of the face and combine with the face of the visible. If their features may be fit on the visible face, then we have to be confined that this is the accurate method for that particular problem. And to identify the data sources used by the other resources. Usually lots of data is there. If your data is not to be accurate, so you can create by your own, and to learn how others structure their reports. And now the various resources of literature. We have resources of literature is from where we get the knowledge about the content of a particular topic. It should be a books, journal, electronic database, bibliographic database, abstract database, full text database, government of industry reports, internet, research, dissertation or thesis. These are the main sources from where we have to be take knowledge about the particular topic or a particular research area. And now then, basically, in this lecture, defining the problem, research and clear-cut research objective. Your objective must be clear. If we are talking, just for example, if we are talking about the face recognition system, so it must be clear-cut to you what type of research we are doing. We have to be, what type of research we select and what type of problem it is. So in the thermal imaging, to map, basically the problem is what? Mapping of thermal phase or the heat patches of the structure with your visible image. And then analysis of the situation. Analysis of the situation is what? Basically, we have to be capture the image inside the room or outside the room. When the image has been captured inside the room, obviously the image brightness may be become darker. When we have to take the image, capture the image outside the room, then maybe possible kya, it's happened that the visibility of the image is more. And now when we design a robotic system as per the human, so it is compulsory that whatever the action is performed by our hand, it can be understandable by the system or by the robots. So inside or outside, the visibility can makes a very much important role. Situation is what? Inside hai to darker image, if it is outside hai then brighter image. So there is a variations in their intensity. So there is a dealing, and this is the situation where the image has been captured, or the thing is that the position of the camera in just to track the, if we work on the system of the number plate system of the vehicle. So maybe possible in the square there is a different position of the camera as well as the position of the car is maybe tilted by 30 degree, 20, 40 degrees. So it depends on the position of the, so according to that there is a squeezeness of the number plate, or there would be a expansion of the number plate. So this kind of multiple variants, multiple size variants can deal with this situation. And then according to that, we have to be define the problem, what problem is there. So we have to be defined here just like that. If we capture the image inside the room, so the problem is that problem is the illumination problem. So that can be deal with the changes of the brightness to be make in a fixed brightness. Okay, always the intensity value, if it is 20, then it becomes 50. So we have to be pre-process them to handle, to design the problem. This is the problem, and can be sorted out by using these process of steps. And statement of research objective. And according to that, after the problem, what will be your objective? Objective is that either we take image in the sunlight or a dim light, it can always work. or the position of the camera, it can be different, it can be deal with them. So these are the generalized research problem and objective which is already clear cut in your mind. Then according to that, the database has been designed. And now the role of data in research. In the role of data in research is very much because whatever the content, whatever the formulation is there, we have to be studied on the values. Values is what? Values is always in the form of data. It is a collection of information in the form of subsequent format. It can be in the form of image, or it can be in the form of numerical values, lots of things, and it has been organized and structured. The data is processed when data is a set of values subject with respect to a quantitative and qualitative variables. Data is a raw, unorganized facts that need to be processed. Data can be something simple, seemingly random and useless until it is organized. When data is processed, organized, structured, and presented in a given context so that it make it useful, and it is called a information. When any information or data is a lots of information in the form of sorry. For example, in this image, in this presentation, what will be your fruitful thing? Your fruitful thing is your sequence of statements or words. This is the fruitful information, while other is the irrelevant information which we need to be extract from the raw data. Information necessary for research activities are achieved in different forms. The various types of data are which is used for the research. It is primary data, secondary data, cross-sectional data, categorical data, time series data, special data, and ordered data. In a primary data, it is an original and unique data which is directly collected by the research from the source according to the requirement. For example of this thing, we need to specific investigate something, just like for the crime branch. They generally collect the data of the CCTV footage. CCTV footage is what? It is a collection of the frames. So this is the primary data which has been acquired by the camera and it is used for the investigation. It is a data collected by the investigator himself, herself, or for a specific person. Data gathered by the finding out the first hand the attitudes of a community towards health services, asserting the health needs of a community, evaluating social programs, determining the object job satisfaction of the employees of an organization, and asserting the quality of service provided by the worker are the example of the primary data. There are lots of ways where we gather the primary data. It is in the form of picture or in the form of educational data. How many children, how many kids, how many students get more than 90% in 10th class, more than 95% by 12th class. So we have to be gather the data from the education system in the form of numeric, then it would be a primary data. Secondary data refer to the data which has already been collected for a certain purpose, documented somewhere else. Data collected by someone else for some other purposes by utilizing by the investigation for another purpose, it is secondary data. Gathering information with the use of census data to obtain information about on the age-sex structure of the population, use of hospital record, find out the morbidity and mortality pattern of the community, use of an organization record of ascertain its activities, and collection of data from the sources such as articles, journals, magazine, books, and periodics to obtain historical and other types of information are example of secondary data. Basically, whatever the data has been gathered by any organization. Means our government system, in every 10 years, they have to be survey that what will be the population and what will be the population according to the caste wise. Whether how many person belongs to a general category, how many person belongs to a OBC, SC, ST, and they have to be to for their purpose of the policy to make the policy. So government will collect the data on this basis. So this is the secondary data which is used. First is collect and then used for a specific purpose. And now the cross-sectional data. Cross-sectional data is a type of data collected by observing many objects such as individual forms, countries and regions at the same point of the time or without regarding to the distance, without regard to the differences in time. It is the data for a single time point or single space point. It is a type of data is limited in that it cannot describe changes over time or cause-effect relationship in which one variable affects the other. The cross-sectional data is just, for example, a health department system. Just a sonography machine. It is one of the best example for that. Whatever the sonography machine, it is Siemens and lots of companies is there. Studies on the fetus, whether the fetus is properly growth is according to the month or according to the week wise. So they have to be collect and they have to be provide at the time of sonography, they have to be provide information, the progress of the fetus is good or not, or is there any problem. So this kind of research they have continuously doing lots of collecting data and they use for that purpose. And categorical data, categorical variable represent the type of data which may be divided into groups. Example of categorical variables are age group and educational levels. The data which can be measured numerically, it is called a categorical data. Categorical data is a qualitative in nature and it is also known as attributes. Our data set consists of observing on a single characteristics is a unvariate data set. A univariate data set is a categorical if it is individual observation or categorical response. When we have to be use this categorical database, if we collect the data about a particular organization. So we have to be, after the collection of data, we have to be organized in a particular appropriate format. Like that's our education system, just like a Sagar University. So Sagar University has categorized the student data in the form of BTech, MTech, MSc, BSc. They're on the basis of their graduation courses. So on the basis of the courses, MTech thesis, UG, PG, and all this as well as school. So they have to be categorized data in the form of their requirement of the specific format. Another time series data occurs whenever the same measurement are recorded on regular basis. Quantitative that represent or trace the values taken by a variable over a period such as month, quarter or a year. The values of different phenomena such as temperature, weight, population, etc. can be recorded over a different period of time. The values of the variable remains increasing or decreasing or constant. The data according to the time period is called time series data, example population in different time period, as well as used for the weather prediction in the month of May, in the month of June, how much humidity would be there in last 10 years, and this year it is less or it is more as compared to the previous year. So this is the time series. Even time by time it is recorded and that has been used for the research purpose. Another type of data is a spatial and detailed data. Spatial data, it is also known as geospatial, or it is a detailed data. It means we have to capture the data in the form of pictorial way. Pictorial in the form of photographs. When it is a common photograph, a generalized photograph of the scenery, then it is a image. Or when we take about the information about the land, so it becomes a geospatial data. It identifies it gives the geographical, this geospatial data gives the information about the location and the boundaries of Earth, such as natural or constructed features, oceans, and more. Spatial data is usually stored the information in a coordinate with the intensity value and the topology, and is data that can be mapped. Spatial data is used in geographical information system and other geolocation or positioning services. So this geodata spatial consists of line, polygons, and other geometric data primitive. And spatial data can be categorized into a scalar vector. It is a scalar data or it is a vector data. So basically this detailed data has been formed by the reflection of the energy which is falls on the object, or it is falls on the land. So whatever the energy has been reflected, it is captured by the satellite, and they will capture the energy and process them and convert them into a RGB form. Whatever the signals we acquired by the satellite or by the camera, so they are not in the form of pixel. They are in the form of signals. So the variation or the intensity level of the signals, it has been, the values is decided by the variation of the signals. So they are not whatever the signals, so they are not visible in range. For that, the visible range has been whatever the energy is reflected by the object or by the land, so it can be mapped into a RGB band. Why? Because whatever the energy which is strike, or the light which is strikes on the land, on the object, generally it is a microwave rays. So microwave rays has been converted into a RGB rays, then it is visible by the users, or it is visible by us. So when it is geological, so it gives the information about the intensity, color, or about the location. And the detailed data, it is a photograph, or it is in the form of image. And the image may be a black and white, or maybe a color. It depends on the camera or by the satellite. The pictorial data representation is RGB visible portion, infrared, satellite image. Now the pictorial representation, colored and black and white. Black and white or grayscale image contain only when it is black and white, so it contain only 2 bits. So they have only one band, and when it is grayscale, so it will produce 0 to 256 gray levels for representing the data. And for a particular band, black and white image generated by assigning different shades of gray, black and white to detailed data. Gray shades has been 2 to the power 8. So the total number of gray shades has been formed, that is 256. And now then, colored image, the 3 bands has been used. So with the combination of 3 bands, that is a red, green, blue color, and their shades has been formed according to the intensity variation of the RGB. So this is an example of the image. So another important thing is, this is all about the simple data. But for the research, there is 4 types of data which has been generally used for the research purpose, and that has been categorized into a different form. So first of all, so what is the difference in between the simple data and the research data? Basically, research data, a simple data you can collect it by the simple camera or any other devices, simple device directly. But the research data, it generally comes from in a many different formats and then used for the wide variety of methodologies, and it is generally collected via a specific agency which generally work for them, say MIT University. So they provide the data about the uh, lots of cryptography, and for the image processing toolbox, for the image processing, they provide for the application phase, gate, and lots of data has been there for different purposes. So generally, they have to be public their data in a particular format. So if you require to use work on a specific problem, so you can directly take the data from this such type of research organization, from the research organization. Many people think of data-driven research